Welcome, ladies and gents, to another casted game. We're live on Twitch here, and in this matchup, we have AoL Matthew here playing in the south side of the map as Thor in the red, and on the top part of the map, we have miniyeti here playing as Set in the cyan. And on this game, we're going to be mainly focusing at miniyeti here, and the reason that is... sorry, Matthew. Apologies, Matthew. And the reason that is because I want to be having a look at Thor here, ladies and gents. I want to see how Thor builds are being done, and I want to look at it quite closely. So we are actually seeing a second Berserk being created here, which is quite interesting. So going to be using that one to most likely scout on the map. And first one's going to be making a Dwarven Armory, second on the house. And looks like all Dwarves have just gone straight over to coin. And there's another one coming out here. So pretty straightforward, and immediately going to be getting in that copper armor. And then from that, we're going to be seeing just further dwarves being created. Quite straightforward so far. Nothing crazy with the ox cart. We've seen ones where you do this sort of weird ox cart movement where you have to move it backwards and forwards and all that kind of stuff. But we're not seeing that just yet. We do now see the first dwarf unit coming out onto wood, and we can see a berserk here going to be attacking some of these zebras. And the reason that is because it can generate favor. And the reason that we want that is because we're going to be going for Hammer of Thunder here for 5 favor and 100 coin. And once again, it's another upgrade, means another dwarf, and also it means you get a really, really juicy Hursa upgrade. Absolutely crazy Hursa upgrade here. Melee attack damage is plus 15%, and they generate favor faster as well, which is nice. And it's still just dwarves, ladies and gents. I think we're going to be, rallying the dwarves that come out of the armory onto food. We've got a couple of dwarves on wood here. Still the majority on coin. 6 on coin seems to be the way for now. And I'm going to be keeping a keen eye on Matthew in this casted game here, ladies and gents. Not so much on miniyeti, because I want to see what a lot of these players are doing when they're playing Thor here. So we can see the zebra here. This is the kind of micro, having to whack the zebra here to get that favor, and it is taking some time there. And another berserk's going to be doing that, herding in as well. And the reason that is because you don't then have to spend anything on an ox cart. You want to get them close to the TC. You don't have to spend anything on an ox cart. And you can see now we've got 6 coins still. 7 food now, 3 wood. So, and now all the wood has been made. There's no, I don't think there's any reason now to be collecting any more wood. We've got our temple down. That's all we need. What do we see? That clairvoyance coming in here. Look at that. 15 favor there for Set. 200 coin. Going to be giving some vision very early on in the game. And there's the age up coming in for Tar. There for Matthew. 400 food. For miniyeti, sorry. I'm getting really confused with the names today, ladies and gents. Apologies for that. But yeah. Now let's have a look. The age up is in. So let's just hit a quick pause here. So we're now creating hearses. And we're now getting in our last dwarf before we go in for Seti. Now, how many dwarves do we have? We are going to have a total of 19 dwarves on age up here. 19 gatherers versus only 16 on Set. And we've still just got 6 on coin. That seems to be a staple. We don't mess around with any dwarves on coin. We first get the 3 initial on there. Then we get the other 3 on there. And then from what I saw, it looked like we had a couple onto wood. And then anything coming out of the armory was going on to food there. That seems to be the general gist. Also making the Ulfsark as well, the second one. I don't know about that. Some people are, some people aren't. Some people say that you can just use a dwarf to essentially get the zebra to come in. So I'm not too sure. You can probably just attack a herdable or something like that rather than using an Ulfsark. But yeah, that seems to be the key number of dwarves here. Now, Thor is a little bit of a slow burner early on. Early on into the game, you've got to be quite defensive. You've got to build your eco up. But when you do get your eco going, you can be kind of unstoppable. Now, interestingly, with this age up here, We've only got one of the armory techs before aging up here. We are now getting the second, and we're going to be getting the third behind it as well. So it's interesting. We only actually got the hack armor upgrade, and that was it. Apart from the Hearser upgrade as well, that's all we really got. And we can now see a few more Hearsers coming in. Going to be going for Seti here, which is a really nice one because it gives you the spring, it gives you trolls. They're really good for defending your base. So that's quite nice to see. And it'll be interesting to see when this is going to be used as well, the Dwarven Mine. That hasn't been used just yet, so that'll be interesting. Going to be getting a couple of houses down. Seems like macro's pretty split, to be honest. And I imagine we're going to be seeing a long house going down. Oh, no, a great hall. All right. And Hearst is going to be rallying across the map here to try and get some action with miniyeti here. You can see these Hearsters now absolutely jacked. 10.8 melee attack damage. Very, very scary. And they actually generate favor just by moving around like this. So having the Hearsters generate favor on their own. And we can have a little reveal of the map here, and we can see a fast second TC coming in here for miniyeti straight off the bat. I'm sure we're probably going to be seeing potentially a fast heroic age up as well, perhaps. The scary Wadget here. Are the Hearsters going to be able to get on top of the Wadget? Not too sure. Looks like they're just going to be backing off, just getting that scouting information. We do see Hearsters are going to be coming back here. Second Great Hall coming down, so no Longhouse coming down as of yet. We are going to start to see some raiding cav coming in. We don't see any further upgrades just yet. You can see here, if we're looking, we can see that this is another one that we've got here, ladies and gents. This special hack armor here that you can get, really good at reducing pierce damage. That's another one that's quite well known. And it looks like dwarves are just going to be constantly creating, ladies and gents. There's no gatherers anymore. It seems like it's the dwarven play. Just mass dwarves seems to be the way forward. The only downside with this is you are going to use your gold mines pretty darn quickly. You're going to be running out your gold mines pretty sharpish. You do have, of course, the dwarven mine available. But yeah, it's going to be rough. We do see Hall of Thanes here. That's going to be really good, increasing infantry speed. And, of course, this one here, the Dwarven Breastplate. Absolutely insane card, this one. Herdmen and Berserks, really reducing the vulnerability to hack attacks. So making them really good as frontline units. Nice. And we're seeing that little upgrade there on movement speed as well coming in. We do see some vision here. I think it's miniyeti getting a little bit of vision. And we do now see the Dwarven Breastplate coming in. Now we're seeing extra eco upgrades coming in now. Got 8 dwarves on here. Do we see any dwarves anywhere else? Where's all the dwarves? I think that's all of them, isn't it? Yeah, 10. 10 on the hunt here. Going straight out onto the map, not worrying too much. We do see medium axemen coming in, though. Are we going to be seeing some... Do we see an age up coming up on the way here at all? I think we do for miniyeti here. Looks like a fast TC into heroic here. We are going to see a couple of Raxes coming down, however. But quite a high amount of food and coin here. So I wouldn't be too surprised if we're going to be seeing an age up on the way very shortly. But we do have quite a lot of units here from Matthew. Seems to be doing pretty well. He's got a lot of upgrades in. If we have a look, he's got the baseline upgrades already in. And he's got that hack armor upgrade. He's got the Hearser upgrade that you get right at the start. He's looking pretty good. We are going to be seeing lots of spearmen now coming in for miniyeti. Got a couple more military buildings already on the second gold mine here. Look at this. We've got 16 dwarves on this gold mine. Kind of crazy. And a lot of food and coin here. I'm sensing maybe an age up here potentially from Matthew. He's going to start to get some of those throwing axemen in, though. We're going to see a second age play here. Some fighting, ladies and gents. Have a quick look at miniyeti's vision here. Seems pretty protected on this side. Quite a nice TC. 45 villagers versus only 38 now for Matthew. But Matthew does have those juicy upgrades. The eco upgrades as well. We are going to see some slingers coming in. Just a real mix. Axeman slingers and spearmen. We're seeing it, ladies and gents. Seeing some second age madness. Front. Look at this Ford Longhouse here. Going to be securing this gold mine. Spearmen are going to try and have none of that. Can the hearses get on top? They are going to be very, very good in combat here. I mean, the hearses themselves, 10.8 base damage. Only 6.6 for those medium spearmen. So they're going to be able to deal with that quite well. Great Hall now. Ford Great Hall going down. For Matthew here. Going to try and secure this gold mine because there's one here out on front and there is one on this side here on the left-hand side that is available. We are seeing it, ladies and gents. The Electrum bullets. There they are. Just going to do a quick pause on this. A very, very well-known upgrade at the moment that people are using. The Electrum bullets here adds 1 to the ranged attack damage of slingers. Divine damage, that is. So it means that it will just completely go through everything. And slingers are a pretty cheap unit. 60 wood, only 25 coins. So wood is the quickest resource to gather in this game. So it makes the units pretty crazy. You can get a lot of them out. And that's what's happening right now. So we're really fighting in the second age here, ladies and gents. Got further upgrades coming in. I do say that Skadi is about to come in for Matthew here. He's had the macro to do it. Boom. He has that age up advantage now. Looking pretty good. Going to be locking in medium cavalry as well. Getting a frost giant in behind that. Very, very nice. Going to be queuing up quite a few of the berserks. Now, Skadi's pretty good. Gives you a nice eco upgrade from your ox cart for farms. The decision here, a bit indecisive from Matthew. Not too sure what he wants to do. Those throwing axemen getting absolutely deleted there. He was a bit unsure about how to really tackle this. He needs to get a lot more cav here to get on that back line of slingers. And that was a really interesting, very undecisive engagement. Losing quite a lot of axemen. Is going to be now getting that hill fort. Can he get it up, though? Is miniyeti here going to be able to see with the vision? He does not see the hill fort. He has spotted it. He needs to get on top of that. The poor frost giant here is going to be taking some divine damage from these slingers as well. The hill fort here is managed to get up. Going to be getting straight on top of it. Can they do enough damage to the slingers here? Cav need to get behind it as well. And they are focusing on the hill fort. Not going to be able to get it down. Fighting under that hill fort is really not ideal. However, slingers in a nice position here. Cav are going to be able to get around. Oh, they're going to get cut off. Absolutely beautiful. Getting pushed against the tree line here. And absolutely getting eaten up. Another frost giant coming in now as well. And managing to push back miniyeti here off of the gold mine. This is perfect. Nice sandstorm there. Going to be moving the units. His Vils, getting them out of harm's way. I like it. That was a really good play from miniyeti here. He is going to be going on the left-hand gold mine. Immediately dropping that wall down. He does not want to get raided on the left-hand side here. However, Matthew has got other plans. He's spotted it. He's going to be going round the left-hand side here. He knows. This is the thing, ladies and gents. You've always got to think about this at the back of your mind. Think about where the next gold mine is going to be for your opponent. And oh my God, is he going to do it? No, he doesn't. Cav do make their way in. They are only medium raiding cav. They're not heavy just yet. But it does make its way in. We don't see any second TC here from Thor at all. Matthew has not bothered at all here. How are the raiding cav going to do against spearmen here? It's a real hard counter. Ooh, getting pushed against the water here, but not doing too bad. Main force is going to be pushing, though, to that second TC. They're not going to be messing around here at all. That's it. They're going to be charging in straight onto that. Look at all these frost giants. They do have 24 crush damage. They're going to do quite a lot of damage to this TC here. And there it is, ladies and gents. The GG. The Guggers. There we go. Wow. Wow. What can I say? Thor there. Once again, just a 1TC kind of play again. I'm seeing that really often. That that we're not seeing any second TC by Thor here. We are just seeing pure sort of 1 TC madness, going pretty much full dwarves here. I don't think there was any gatherers created at all. Using the healing spring just in case, going for the Vassetti age up. But yeah, it's kind of mad. I'm not too sure what the late game is here for Thor if you do struggle on your gold mines. If you do get pushed and you start to get really, like, if you're under a lot of pressure and you don't have any gold mines, I think Thor, you're in a really tough spot at that point, because you either need to try and maybe think about getting gatherers instead. But yeah, it looks like all the dwarves kind of had quite a few hunts on the top part of the map here, just over here. And then looks like they're moving over to berries now. So there's no sign of any dwarves going on to farms. That's really interesting. Farms are the worst option for you when gathering food. You kind of want to do everything else before you do that. You kind of want to move to berries after your hunts. Then you want to go to your fattened goats, because hopefully you've got the tech. Hopefully you have the, where is it? This one, the husbandry tech. And then you can move over to any goats that you've got. And then after that, finally, you will then want to transition to farms. But it can be really different because it depends how much pressure you're under. If you're under a huge amount of pressure and you've already had to go back to your base and you've already had to go through your berry bushes, your herdables, then yeah, of course, a lot earlier on, you're going to have to drop some farms. But Thor here, or Matthew, doing a great job. Although the divine damage of those slingers was quite scary, not going to lie. Set there, look at that. Look at the amount of... If we just go quickly to, we can see the amount of wood here being chopped. It's 1,300 wood, a lot of wood being chopped. I liked the opening, going for that early second TC. Very, very nice. But unfortunately, the fight there was not the best. The age-up timing was perfect for Matthew, and he managed to establish it. There we go. Hey, Croncium, or Cronconium, how you doing, man? Tara is the real farmer, and yeah, I have yet to see the Slinger Divine yet. Came in late here. Was it late? I don't think it was too late. Let's have a look at all resources gathered, though. Yeah, look. See, Matthew just way ahead. It's just that crazy 18, 19 dwarves that you have when you go into your age up, right? That's the kind of number. 18, 19 villagers. It is kind of bonkers. And that was just 1 TCing it. 1 TC. And the main thing, of course, is the gold gathering, right? If we look at gold, total gold gathered, yeah, you can just see that it's just crazy, right? Wild. That's the main kicker for the resources there. If we look at the overview statistics, there it is. Gold, nearly double the amount of gold, of course. And yeah, villager peak, though, was 76 vills versus only 49. But Matthew still being able to out-eco with Thor. I mean, that's what we're looking like right here. Look, all resources collected. Look at it. It's crazy.